Here are the colors that I used to paint the beach summer kit. I used pink eraser, sunny day, khaki, antique parchment, and aqua sky. I used the pink and the yellow together to make that really pretty tropical, like coral orange. Again, you can always use whatever colors you have on hand, but I wanted to show you the colors that I used on the example. So what you're going to want to do once you've selected the colors is to figure out what pieces you want to be what color. Then use that tape it down to your surface. This is always super helpful because then the pieces won't jump and move as you're painting them. I have them all divided up, so I know what I'm going to do. For that top part, I'm going to use that really pretty coral color that I made. And I'm just going to dab my sponge on it lightly. It's always best to do 2 light coats rather than 1 globby coat. So do a light coat and then go back and do the other. This particular one, I did a little bit of an ombre with the pink, or the pink eraser is the color that I used. So I went in, kind of dabbed the bottom, and then I used a second sponge to kind of push it up and kind of blend them together. Think about like doing makeup and just kind of blending it together. And then I did the tips of the starfish as well. It turned out really cute. Then I did the second row. This is the khaki color. You can use a different color if you'd like. This is what I had on hand. And I just kind of did all of them a flat color. And then I went back and did the sun and sand, and I pulled out that antique parchment and used a paintbrush and kind of blended it left to right on the edges, kind of smeared it over. There were a couple times that I painted it and I didn't like it, and then I went back over it, and then I ended up loving it. So don't feel bad if you have to go back and repaint something and fix it. You can always keep going until you have it the way you'd like it. The next row was going to be all antique parchment. So my sand dollars, my beach happy sign, I just did a light coat. Let that dry for a second. It soaks in really fast, and then you can go in and then you can do that second coat. The next thing I did is I pulled that khaki in and I kind of went around the edges of the sand dollars just to kind of make them look more realistic. And it was super easy, and then I just blended them. For the next row, I didn't want to use the pink as it was. I wanted to soften it up so that I can do that ombre look. So I used the pink eraser with the antique parchment, and I mixed them together and got this pretty color. And then I put a little bit more pink eraser back on my plate because I am going to do that ombre look. So I did my little lighter pink and did all my colors, all of my letters. Once I did my 2 coats, I went back in. It was still pretty wet, so I was able to just kind of go in, go towards the bottom, ombre it, smooth it together. When I don't like it, sometimes I do it again, and that's okay. So kind of play with it, ombre it until you're happy with it. And that's another reason why I love these sponges. It's so nice because you're able to kind of push it and blend it until you're happy with that final product. So sometimes I'll spend a little bit of time on each one. I'm doing the shell now. Played with it. I'd blend it. I'd mess something up, blend it. I just played with it till I liked it. So you can do the same. All right, time for the final row, and that is my blue. I'm doing the frame, the surfboard, and that little shell. Now, time to add some speckles. I'm using my chip brush and dipping it into the antique parchment, and then all you have to do is flick that paint and it's going to go flying. You don't know where it's going to go. So you just pull it back and let it fly and you'll get little drops. This adds a little bit of texture and it's just fun. It's just so fun, and it gives it a little bit of variety instead of your pieces looking flat. The ombre helps with that as well. So don't be afraid to try new things. Here's what it looks like put together. Enjoy!